Hi guys, today we're going to be looking at density, okay? So here's a formula, you're going to have to learn this one, okay? And it is that density equals mass over volume, okay? A method which I use to remember it is that in the question, it will either tell you what the density is, and it might say the density is kilograms per meters cubed. Well, if you look at that, you say it's like 7 kilograms per meters cubed. This is a mass and this is a volume. So that's mass over volume. Okay? That's, if you can't remember it, that will either be in the question or it will be on the answer line. Okay, so you can use that to help you remind yourself of what the formula for the density is. So I'm going to do, this is your worksheet for today. I'm going to do 3 questions. I'm going to do one from question 1, one from question 2, and one from question 3. So the first one, a piece of wood has a mass of 7 grams and a volume of 10 centimeters cubed, and I want to work out the density. Okay, so I know that density equals mass over volume. So I'm going to say that that is 7 over 10, which is 0.7. And that will be grams per centimeters cubed. And the reason of that is because it's grams here and it's centimeters cubed there. So I'm going to put in grams per centimeters cubed. Okay, always be careful with the units. Question 2a. A statue with volume 120 centimeters cubed made from ceramic, which has a density of 2 grams per centimeters cubed. This time I want to work at the mass. So I'm going to say density equals mass over volume. I know the density is 2, so I'm going to say 2 equals, I don't know the mass, I'm trying to figure out, so I'll write m over, and the volume is 120. Okay, so it's not just quite as straightforward as the last one, but it's still not too bad. We're going to take this 120, we're going to swap side, swap sign, okay, and it's going to multiply across. So 2 times 120 equals the mass, and that is just 240, and our units are in grams, so it's grams. Last question, work at the volume of a 50 gram piece of wood with a density 0.4. So density equals mass over volume. So the density is 0.4. The mass is 50 over volume. Okay, so there's a few more steps in this one, okay? First thing I'm going to do is, I can't move the 50 over because that would then leave me with 1 over v, and I don't want that. I'm going to move the volume across. I'm going to do that by multiplying. So that's going to give me, I'm just going to move this up here, 0.4 v equals 50. Okay? And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 0.4 and I'm going to swap sign with it. And because it's multiplying the v, it's going to become divide. So I'm going to end up with v equals 50 over 0.4. I'm going to write that in the calculator. I get 125. And that is in centimeters cubed because it's volume. Okay? If you're looking at this one and thinking, well, that's a whole lot of working out that I don't really want to remember how to do, there's a slightly easier way, but it means recalling one of the triangles, like a speed, distance, time triangle. So you could say that density, mass, and volume. Okay? If you've seen these before. So if you were trying to find the volume, so let's cover the volume up. So if the volume's covered, we can then say that volume is mass over density. So we could just use that triangle to then say that volume is mass over density, which is 50 over 0.4. which is exactly what we got earlier on, and that gave us 125. So if you want to remember that triangle, that's also fine. Just remember the mass goes on top. Okay? Right, guys, if you just want to have a go at that worksheet, so question 1, 2, and 3, I want you to do at least that, but I'd really like you to have a go at the apply section as well. Okay, all the best now. Good luck.